like any assessment, marking and moderating interactive oral assessments is very, very important. And we need to make sure that we've got appropriate steps, procedures in place to make sure that we are doing it, both marking and moderating students' interviews as objectively as one can do. The interactive oral assessments itself can be done either in person. That tends to be my preferred option, but I've also done it online as well with similar results. When it comes to marking the interactive oral assessments, it can be done one-on-one, so one marker and one student, or it can be two markers per one student. In any case, the students need to be familiar with the markers. I think that's a very important part of the marking process. I do not like to introduce strange markers or markers that the students are not familiar with during the assessment. Um, if you have two markers, generally you would mark them separately, and immediately after the interviews, the two markers have a quick chat to moderate and settle on a particular mark. Regardless of whether you have one marker or two marker, it's important to record the interviews because that is the evidence of the student's work. So recording the interactive oral, storing it securely, just like you would do with any other assessment artifact. At the end of every assessment, I like to give students some very high level feedback, not specific feedback because we haven't gone through the actual moderation process, but I give them a very, very high level feedback about how they have performed. Once the student departs, we are able to then do a quick moderation. If there are two markers in the room, if there's only you marking, one person marking, you have a recording, and you can, just like any other assessment, you can share that with appropriate moderators, other assessors, maybe a sample of recordings, depending on how you want to do it, to do a quick moderation check based on the rubrics. The marking is always done by the rubrics, and the rubrics should be shared with the students before they present themselves for the interviews.